Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to Revelations with Rowena. I'm Dr. Rowena Winkler, and we had a little bit of a hiatus due to some traveling on my part, but I am super excited to have the beautiful, amazing, wonderful Zuri Battle here today of Holistic Wellness LLC. And we're going to have this awesome conversation that I think needs to be had about embracing your authentic self. As y'all know, I talk very openly about authenticity and what does it mean to be your true you. And y'all, it's just going to be an amazing conversation talking to Zuri about her journey and what does that mean to be authentic and what does that involve? So, Zuri, thank you so much for being here today. It's so exciting to
Thank
have
you
you.
for having me.
Yes, yes. So the way we always start out every show is essentially just tell folks about you, what brought you here on this journey, if you want to tie it into what led you to be authentic, the floor is yours. Share about you.
Thanks for the floor. So, just to start, I call myself a personal transformation specialist, and that kind of encompasses all that I do. Um, when I work with a client or when I work with people, well, first, I firmly believe that the mind, the body, the spirit, emotions, they're all tied together. Okay.
Mhm.
And so when one is out of whack or not operating at its highest frequency, the others are affected. And so, for example, like if you get up in the morning and you're feeling like you don't want to get out of bed, your body is not going to get out of bed because you've convinced yourself that you're tired and you're groggy and you don't feel like it. It has nothing to do with your body in its physical form. However, you've convinced yourself that the body is now tired. And so the body is going to act the way that your mind says. Same thing with spirit and emotions. If you are disconnected from spirit, and spirit can be God, higher form, universal source, whatever you call or deem your connection. When that is disconnected, your emotions or your energy is sometimes depleted. So I work with people who might have a disconnect and not necessarily know where the disconnect comes from. So I help them to identify the disconnect, and then I help them by providing either the tools, the education, or the actual resource in and of itself to help them to get reunited and reconnected. And again, I call that personal transformation. I'm a personal transformation specialist. I'm sorry, did you have a question?
I was just going to follow up with, what led you to becoming this personal transformation specialist to begin with, because I know for a lot of spiritual wellness entrepreneurs, myself included, we have to go through our own sort of personal transformation journey, or you mentioned helping folks that feel some sort of disconnect. Was
Exactly.
there something in your own lived experience that then moved you to want to do this work to help other people?
So thank you. It kind of is like a segue into what the title of today is. It's like becoming your authentic self.
Yeah.
And so to answer that question, absolutely yes. When I was young, like little,
Mhm.
um, I wanted to be, and don't laugh, but I wanted to be a cashier. When I went to the grocery store and I saw the conveyor belt, I thought that that was like the coolest thing in the world. And how cool would it be to use that conveyor belt, you know? And so,
Wow.
yeah. And then I got older. And then as a teenager, I wanted to be a dental hygienist. Why? Because I liked brushing my teeth. Like, then I wanted to be in my 20s and 30s, I wanted to do or have a community center. And again,
Mm.
because I wanted to help people. And now, still in the same way, I desire to help people, but just on
Yeah.
a micro level, help the individual so that it can then help the community. And the reason why I'm saying all of that is because when you desire something, whether it's a career or you have an interest, there's a reason Why? So again, I wanted in my youth brain, I wanted to be a cashier because I thought it was so cool. The conveyor belt was so cool. You know, I wanted to be a dentist because I loved brushing my teeth. And so as a transformation specialist and me being a transformation specialist, I had to transform myself, and not just by way of career wise, but just understanding how everything gels together and how everything has impacted me to be the me that I am today. And so I'm helping others. I'm helping them understand the same thing about themselves. So, in terms of being your authentic self in your career, it really is a matter of identifying what makes your heart sing. You know, what are you excited about? For me, helping people makes my heart sing. I know I'm a helper. For others, it could be art or food or numbers. Then you identify, you know, what makes your heart sing. And then you think, what are you really interested in? Because even though like singing in the shower makes my heart sing, I'm not really interested in getting in front of people and singing in a microphone. That doesn't make my heart sing, you know? So what are you interested in? You know, if it is cooking, if it's people's behavior, if it's, like I said before, art, finance, technology, whatever it is that you are interested in, which might be different than something that makes your heart sing. That's the second level. And then the third is, what do you do well? So again, singing might not do it as well as Christina Aguilera or Beyonce. I would not make a career out of it. You know, it feels good when I do it in the shower. Maybe not so good when I do it in front of a crowd because I'm not that great at it. But I am helping people, I feel, is something that makes my heart sing. It's something that I'm absolutely interested in. It's something that I have taken my education and intrinsic skills and meshed together. And it is absolutely, I feel as though something that I do well. And I'm saying that, but not only am I saying that, but I've heard from other people and clients and reviews and testimonials, they feel this. I also feel like what I do now is not like a job. This is fun. I love what I do. It's not work to me. This is fun. I have fun all day. I help people all day. People come to me in chronic pain. I take the pain away. People come to me with their energy low, and I help to balance their energy. People come to me with all sorts of ailments or concerns, and I help them to get from point A to point B. But I think the most important thing is it's not me who's doing it. I'm just working with them. I'm teaching them, I'm helping them, because I believe everybody has the power to heal themselves. It's just a matter of receiving that education and those tools in order to do so. And so I feel as though I'm that vehicle to get them there.
I love that. I love that you saying that you're essentially the vehicle, the vessel for clients to do their own unpacking using that their 3-tiered process that you laid out, which I love that, because first of all, you're not like putting your eggs all in one basket. I just had a conversation with friends last night about, you know, being good at things, but it doesn't make your heart sing, right? Or doing, as you mentioned, like having something that you're really interested in, but maybe there are other people that are better suited to pursue it as a career. So that's a great way of doing checks and balances. And then also, it seems like there's definitely got to be some level of self-awareness. And I would imagine that if someone is struggling with that, that's how you, as a personal transformation specialist, can offer some guidance and prompts and whatnot. Imagine people being like, I don't know what I'm good at. I don't know what makes my heart sing. Um,
Exactly.
yeah.
You're exactly right. And again, going back to being there, having
Mm.
to go through my own transformation, I was in management for 20 years.
Mm.
I managed other people in the nonprofit world, in the retail world, and I was great at it. I would get compliments in that as well.
Yeah.
Excellent feedback, but it did not make my heart sing. I was able to pay my bills. I got paid very well. Um, but I was stressed. I was
Mm.
depressed.
Mm.
I was spending long hours doing something that, yes, again, I did exceedingly well. Um, but I wasn't happy. And then I brought that energy to my home and to my boys. I'm a mother of three boys, single mom. And so
Mm.
it is really important that you ground yourself so that you're not affecting those in your household.
Yeah.
And so working those long hours in a job that again paid me well, but I didn't really enjoy,
Mhm.
affected my health, my mental, my emotional, my spiritual health. And then it started to affect the health of my children. They're
Mm.
stressing and worrying about their mom because their mom is stressing and,
Yeah.
and, and frustrated and having to work not only, long hours outside of the home, but then bringing all that stuff home and having to work
Mhm.
until 3 o'clock in the morning at
Mm.
the table trying to catch up on all the work.
Mm.
So, yeah, I had to take a hard look at what I really loved. And I loved helping people. That is not going to change. It has not changed all my life. Um, but I needed to be authentic with myself that just because I love helping this person, this organization, this company, um, this is not, I didn't feel like I was fulfilling my purpose. And
Mm.
so with massage is one of the ways in which I help others. So I
Mhm.
massage, I provide, coming this spring, I'll be providing cupping. I do coaching, health and life coaching. So there's
Mhm.
different ways in which I provide service to others to help them. And so being in the former career, I didn't feel as though I was utilizing my purpose. I've
Mm.
been massaging others since a very young age. Um, didn't know that I was talented in that regard, in terms of taking pain away. Like as a kid, you don't think about that.
Mhm. Right.
Um, and then as a teenager, massaging the legs and back of my friends who were on the track team and on the football team in college, they would come to me to ask to massage those parts of their body because it helped to relieve their pain. Again, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't go to school for it, but I just felt my way through and it took away their pain. Um, and so fast forward into adulting, I thought of what I loved, what I was good at, what didn't feel like work, and that was massage. All of my children, when I gave birth to them, when they were infants and as they grew up, I would massage them. Again, because
Yeah.
I just knew the benefits of massage. It helped to calm babies. It would help to
Mhm.
allow them to sleep better during nap time and at night. It helps them to digest their food better. It helps not
Mm.
only little babies, but also adults the same way.
Mhm.
And so just putting those things together, um, and again, not really enjoying the career that I was in, feeling unfulfilled, I thought if it is the right time, um, if spirit allows, I'm going to go back to massage school. And I had a conversation with spirit and it was like, okay, it's got to be, the right time. I have to know with absolute no shadow of a doubt that this is right for me.
Mhm.
Um, so I went back to school, got my massage license, and have not looked back since. That was 3 years ago.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
Yeah, so it's fairly recent, but even
Yeah.
the clients that I work with, they're like, "How long have you been doing this?" And I'll say, like 3, 4 years. And they'll say, "Oh my gosh, it feels like you've been doing this for like 10, 20." But it really does because
So what? Yeah.
it just comes naturally to me. So I use, again, the education that I have, whether my undergraduate degree in health education, I minored in community health. Fast forward, got my master's in business. Fast forward from that, got my license in massage. So I use all of that education
Yeah.
along with the intrinsic desire, along with the intrinsic skill,
Yeah.
and the attitude to do what I'm doing now. And so that is what I encourage others to do.
Yeah.
If you might have a bachelor's, master's, or not even a degree in something, and that might have been your interest at the time, but we change every day. Our
Hmm.
energy shifts, and it's okay to shift in order to do that which you desire and that makes your heart sing.
Oh my gosh, sorry. It just made me think of I listen to a podcast every morning about my astrological sign about
Mhm.
and this quote I actually sent to a friend because it ties perfectly. I'm just pulling it up on my phone here.
Mhm.
So boop, boop. It was, why do we decide that changing direction is personal failure? And I was like, "Ooh, that's such a good one." I think so many of us are conditioned, right? Like, "Oh, well, I got this," and I know I did that for myself. "Oh, I have this PhD in communication, but I don't wanna be a professor, but oh no, like, if I change, what does that mean?" And da da da. But your trajectory, just the way you just concisely talked about all this experience that you have, it's interesting that they were all lessons and they were all stepping stones to where you are now, and it all informs where you are now and how you build your business, but at the same time it's based around this skill or this gift that you had from such an early age and didn't
Mhm.
even realize that. So
Yeah.
it's so fascinating to me to hear time and time again these stories of business owners or folks who are doing authentically their passion and realizing, oh no, this was like something I had been doing, but
Yeah.
now I'm reframing it to be my livelihood in this different way. It's just always so interesting to hear things like that, and you're no exception to that point
Yeah.
that has been so. I think for a lot of us, especially in COVID-19, and I think there's been a lot of reflection and inner work in terms of, okay, you never know what's going to happen. What am I doing here? That's
Mhm.
kind of moved us, I think, faster than ever to realize that the hustle and bustle and these high stakes careers don't have to be the only answer.
Right. I think
Yeah.
we as people just get so bogged down in what society says we must be.
Yes.
Um, and we buy into that and we convince ourselves that that is right. And for some people, it might be right. But if you have this gnawing thing in your heart and in your mind that something just isn't right or you're unhappy, then it's okay to change your trajectory. I have this quote that I often say, and I actually have a plaque when you come into my door in my home, and it says, "Faith and fear cannot coexist." You know,
Mm.
you have to pick one. I choose to step out on faith. And faith is just basically, and not to get religious or spiritual, but it's just knowledge. It is a knowing. Okay.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
can either know a positive or you can know a negative. Knowing the positive is faith. Knowing the negative is fear. And so I choose to know the positive. Um, but people often get bogged down into the finances of things and will
Mhm.
I have enough money, or having their degree and being in a job or in a career for such a lengthy period of time and making a certain amount and worrying, okay, if I switch and do this, I'm not going to make as much money. Again, faith
Mhm.
and fear cannot coexist, and again, I always believe money will come. So if you are passionate about what you're doing, and if
Yeah.
you are changing your direction, money is going to come. And it might not come from that one source, but it's going to come. Um, so again, it's just having faith and living your truth and being
Yeah.
authentic. What is it that you actually desire? Because it
Yeah.
it can manifest, but you as the individual must know that and must walk in that knowing in order for
Right.
it to manifest. It's not just like a pipe dream. There is a little bit of work that you do have to do.
Right. Right.
Um, yeah.
I think that ties perfectly to the whole manifestation law of attraction, right? Because if you're attaching fear and these negative, right, these emotions to it, then it it adds this flavor that then it may be some scarcity attached and whatnot, and that's not going to transpire in what you're hoping for. But having the faith and confidence that things will work out. And another quote that I like to use is "F the how for now," right? That you don't have to
Yeah.
know every single detail. Just having the faith, as you said, the money will come, things will work out as they should, and having that faith not only in what universe, God, source, what higher power will provide, but that also that faith and confidence in yourself and that you know
Exactly.
yourself. So,
Exactly.
Zuri, for folks out there, for clients or future clients, right, that are still figuring out like how to walk out in faith in ourselves, or how to build confidence in ourselves. Do you have any tips for friends out there who are a little shaky in
Mhm.
confidence, or maybe they know what they want, but the fear is getting in the way of that?
So, just going back to a little bit, and this ties into your question, but
Yeah,
going
sure.
back to the law of attraction. So, people are often talking about the law of attraction, whether it works or it doesn't work.
Right.
And usually, when the law of attraction does not work, it is because you're giving the universe mixed signals. You can't,
Mhm.
you, you must speak in affirmation, not that which you do not want. Because if you
Yeah.
continue to talk about that which you are choosing not to have, the universe doesn't hear don't and can't. It just keeps hearing what you're telling it.
Right.
So if you're saying, I want to be successful, some people might say that that's the same thing as saying, I don't want to be unsuccessful.
Yeah,
But again,
yeah.
the universe doesn't hear don't. So you just keep saying, I want to be unsuccessful. So just a quick caveat as
Oh,
to
I love that.
how the
Yeah, that's great.
law of
Yeah, that's
attraction works.
great.
It does not work in can'ts. It does not hear can'ts. It does not hear don'ts. It just hears the affirmation. And so you have to be very
Mhm.
careful with your words and your thoughts. So that's number
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
In order to, I guess, focus on that which you're desiring, again, I always tell my clients, meditation, and people think meditation is just like sitting cross-legged in lotus position and doing the and that's that too.
Yeah, it
But
can be. Mhm.
meditation is just literally paying attention to your thoughts. So whether
Mhm.
you are in the shower or driving or sitting
Mhm.
or eating your lunch or whatever activity that you're doing, when you are mindful of your thoughts, that is when you are meditating. And so when
Mhm.
you are thinking and mindful of your thoughts, if you are thinking negatively or thinking in the shoulds, don'ts, can'ts
Mm,
house,
mm,
you are creating that into the universe because that is what you're meditating on. So
mm,
again, be mindful of your thought, meditate on the good, that which you desire. And then if your energy matches that which you desire, eventually it will manifest because that is the way of the universe. That it's just that's the way it is. It has that it's just the way it is.
mm,
So again, mindful of your thought, positive thought, choosing that which you do desire, not the
mm.
opposite of what you desire.
Mhm, mhm.
And then going from there. And it is okay that your desires change. It is
Yes.
okay that, you might want one thing one month or 1 week or one day or one moment, and the next moment wants something else. That is perfectly fine. That is our ability as humans to change our mind and then create that which we are desiring. We are creators. So that is our nature, to create. So the question to yourself is, what are you creating? Are you creating that which you desire? Or are you creating that which you would rather not have?
Mm. Mm. It it's this divine timing is just so on point here, because I was doing a tarot spread yesterday morning and the two of wands came up, and it's this
Mhm.
energy of choice, right? And sometimes just feeling stuck with, well, what if I, and for me the two of wands was reversed, so it was this anxiety attached to, well, what if I make the wrong choice, or what if I decide the wrong thing? But I love this permission slip that you're
Yeah,
giving, right? That a choice is a choice. And even in life, in relationships, in business, you can always make a change. And that doesn't, again, going back to the quote that I shared, it doesn't equate to failure or being
exactly.
unsuccessful or anything. It's just we're all just moving about on this journey, just trying to figure things out.
Yeah. So I shared a quote that I often, say ever since high school. And it's actually in my high school yearbook as my yearbook quote. And I got it from the comic strip Calvin and Hobbes.
Oh, yes.
And the quote is, each decision we make determines the range of choices we face next. And that
Hmm.
is absolutely true. Each decision you make, it can either lead you toward that which you desire or away.
Hmm.
And that's okay, because you have the opportunity to make another choice and another decision. It's not
Yeah.
the end. And so that is when you become and give yourself permission to be your authentic self. Authenticity is just who you are and who you are. So in that moment, if you are authentically angry, it's an emotion. It's going to change. Just
Hmm.
ride the wave, and eventually you'll be fine. But are you
Yeah.
going to stay there? Are you choosing to stay there in that anger?
Hmm.
Or are you choosing to go to a higher vibration, to be
Mm,
balanced and to be well, and dare I say, even happy? Emotion shift. Your energy shifts. Your
mm.
decisions therein will shift. That is law.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's such a helpful reminder. I think that sometimes we feel that there's something wrong with us or what have you if we're a lower energy or we're feeling certain things, and this the whole positivity, right? Like movement of gotta be happy all the time, blah, 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 right? And that doesn't have to be the case, and there's nothing
Oh,
wrong with you if you're feeling, I mean, especially COVID time, and here on the East Coast, it's winter time, just we all have our seasons
yeah.
and nature and everything. So I think that's just such a helpful reminder that sometimes the authentic self's a bit tired, and that's okay.
Yep. And I think what's really important is to give yourself compassion.
Yeah.
We feel bad, when I heard this on a presentation, on an audio presentation, of a baby. If a baby is crying, you don't smack the baby and get mad at the baby. So if you're sad, why are you
Yeah.
getting upset or feeling some kind of way about yourself for taking a moment to
Mm,
acknowledge your feeling?
mm,
Have compassion for self. We do it very well for other people.
that's true.
Um, but we don't put ourselves in that same regard where we nurture ourselves. And it is
Mm,
healthy. It's not selfish at all to give yourself compassion. It's not bad or negative to love yourself. It's not selfish to love yourself. How you must love yourself and truly love yourself in order to love another person. And the reason why I say that is Again, you would not get mad at a baby for crying. So don't get mad at yourself. You would
Mm-hmm.
not skip meals repetitively and then get mad at your children for, not eating nutritious meals. No, you
Yeah.
nurture your children, and you tell and I'm speaking to myself too, because I've done this before. I learned
Mm,
my lesson the hard way.
mm,
I would get on my kids, eat the vegetables, eat the square meals and the snacks. And again, back in the old life,
yeah.
working and working and working, I would miss meals. And so I
Mm-hmm.
had to stop and love myself and treat myself
Mm,
properly.
mm.
So again, having compassion for self is really important, um, for you to grow, and also for you to transmute that energy from a lower vibration to a higher vibration.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay to take a time out. It is absolutely okay.
There's just permission slips left and right, Zuri. And I, yeah, I mean, love so in all forms, such a higher vibration in general. I would love to know your thoughts on this whole it's selfish to care
Mhm.
and honor and tend to yourself, that because I know a lot of us deal with that mindset, like, oh, I can't, it's so selfish. Like,
Mhm.
how would you respond to that idea
Well,
or notion?
so everybody struggles, including myself,
Hmm.
and again, giving compassion to self is really important, and acknowledging that you don't have to be perfect. But in
Oh.
order to, provide yourself with self love and compassion and time, um, you just really honestly, you have to give yourself that permission slip. Give yourself permission. Um, there's going to be times where it's going to be more consistent on some days and weeks and months than it is on others.
Mhm.
And that's
Mhm.
okay, because not every day is the same. Not every
Mm,
moment is the same.
mm.
But we do have to acknowledge that the past is the past, and we can leave it there. And there might be some residual energy that we have to deal with, but keep it moving, you know?
Keep
Um,
moving.
so I talk to my clients a lot about self-care. And so again, with my being a licensed massage therapist, there are clients that come to me on a monthly basis to practice self-care,
Mm,
because not only does the massage help with alleviating the physical pain that they might be in, but it helps to ease the mind. Massage does so many wonderful things, whether it's
mhm,
lowering blood pressure, whether it is, adjusting or balancing a person's energetic fields, whether it
mhm,
is, again, alleviating chronic pain or, pain that just happened. Um, so they come to me to practice self-care. That's I've become, or holistic wellness has become, part of their self-care routine, whether
mhm,
it is
mhm,
taking a bath, an Epsom salt bath, because that helps. Epsom salt helps not only to reduce tension in the muscles, but it helps to clear your energetic field as well.
mm.
Whether it is going to get ice cream, buying yourself
Yeah.
a new shirt or shoes, treating yourself in the same way that you would, love thy neighbor, love yourself.
Mm,
Okay.
mm.
Whatever that means for you.
Yeah, my sister bought me the Law of Attraction planner for 2022, and it incorporates that. It incorporates these rewards and systems for when you get through your checklists and whatnot. So I think that's it's good incentive to, and it's okay to do that for yourself.
Yeah,
Like, you don't have to do it for the kids all the time or for other
right.
people. We're so good at doing that for other people and literally tell other people, "Oh, you should take care of yourself, treat yourself, blah blah." And here we are running ourselves into the ground. It's always such
Right.
a hard lesson to learn that
So
we
for
can
me,
offer that ourselves. Yeah.
I've developed a sticker system, and I know it sounds
Okay.
corny, but it's something that I did for my kids when they were little. And my sticker system is, if I go for a walk, that's a sticker. If I drink a certain amount of water per day, that's a sticker. If I plank, that's a sticker. So different things that I do for my health and well-being, I earn stickers.
I
And
love that.
after a certain amount of stickers, I reward myself. So
I
whether
love
so whether it's a cup of tea from one of my go-to places, I can get that. Whether it is indulging in, it's not even an indulgence because I do have massages on a regular basis myself now, but it's like, it's what do I reward myself with? Last week it was this sweater. I got a sweater with my stickers. So it's just thinking of, again, just a system
Yeah.
that you can keep yourself accountable. Um, or you can reach out to me
I was just gonna
because
say that, or you need an accountability coach.
right, because as a personal transformation specialist, that is what I do as well. I
Yeah.
help my clients identify what it is that they are looking
Mhm.
to balance. I give them the tools and then I keep them accountable. So I'm their accountability partner. So again, you can have a system like stickers, or you can have somebody that's going to be meeting with you on a regular basis, calling you, texting
Mhm.
you on a regular basis, and asking, "Hey, how you doing with that?" And
Mhm.
then you either just being honest and saying, "Oh, it's not working out so well," and then we can figure out ways that it can work so well for you, so that you can be successful in that which you're desiring to create.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a wonderful way to wrap things up in terms of, you know, getting closer to that authenticity, being able to integrate all the different areas that you mentioned, right? Spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, and that there's not a one size fits all system, that just trying to find what works for you and finding the partner, guide, coach that can not only be there to keep you accountable, but also I know for me and my clients, I'm sure for you as well, it's helping with that time compression, right? So that you don't have to spend 20 years or what have you
Right.
in doing things you
Figuring
don't
out.
like.
Right. Exactly.
Let's help condense that a little bit, so
Mhm.
that we can get you to this better place sooner than rather than later. So, Zuri, is there any final thoughts or words or tips of wisdom on authenticity? We covered a lot today and all
Yeah.
really, really helpful information.
Just, there's again this people going around saying, be authentic, be authentic. Just be. Just be. Literally, just
Yeah.
be. And that is you being authentic. You don't have to be sunshine, rainbows, and sprinkles all the time
Mm,
because that's not real. No one is.
mm.
Just be. And again, give yourself some compassion. Um, I don't know if can I provide ways in which people can reach me?
Well, that was my next question. Yes, of course. Hello. Tell
So,
the people where they can find you.
so if you would like to follow Holistic Wellness on Facebook, the handle is Holistic Wellness with Zuri Battle. On Instagram, it is Holistically Well with Zuri. And then I'm also on LinkedIn by searching Zuri Battle. My name is very unique, so I'm not that hard to find.
Yes, yes,
Also
yes.
on Google, Holistic Wellness LLC in Columbia, Maryland.
Yeah, and I'll be sure to put all those links in the show notes as well, Zuri, so that people can just easily click and find you. This has been such a treat. This was such a delight. I just learned so much from you, and you're speaking of energy, your energy is just so vibrant, and I can feel that and sense how much you have this heart of service in helping other people and just tapping into those gifts and talents, as you mentioned, to help others transform and be their most authentic, beautiful selves.
That I am doing the job and the purpose that I was called here to do. So thank you for that affirmation.
Yes, yes. Let us all get there. We all want to do these sole purpose jobs that we're intending to do on this planet. So, with that, we have next week. I was just telling Zuri before we went live, this sounds like an awesome talk. I hope that you'll be
Mhm.
there. I know that, well, I'll definitely be there. Next week, we'll be talking to Elizabeth Kipp, ancestral clearing practitioner and addiction recovery coach. So, very interesting modalities. And she'll be talking about the miraculous gifts of ancestral clearing. So,
Mm,
such an interesting topic, I think,
yeah.
very top of mind and something that we all need to explore a little bit more as we're trying to figure out, right, like, where is all this stuff coming from?
Coming.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
absolutely. But in the meantime, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the day, an awesome week ahead, and we will be back next week. Different time. We went a little off schedule because of me, honestly, but we'll be here again next week. And yeah, we'll hope we'll talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.